I've trained clients to IFBB and Natural Pro Cards, from first show to pro. And in today's video, I want to give you a tip on how to target your lower lats. One of my clients is struggling to grow his lower lats. He wants to move from classic physique into open bodybuilding. So we're working on building out the bottom part of his V taper. When he's doing cable rows, one of the variations I have him doing right now is a seated one arm row using the bench as support. The bench for support helps to make sure he's not swinging his torso and using too much momentum. The other tip that we're using in order to target his lower lats is to pay attention to his line of pull. Meaning, when he's pulling on the cable, we actually don't want him to pull in a straight line where it would be from where the handle naturally rests, pulling into his chest and that straight line of pull. We actually want to try to pull under that line. What in the world does that mean? Well, if I'm setting up on my setup here, I have here at home, is I have my handle on here. I use a strap to make sure I'm targeting my back, not wearing out my grip. I want my lat to fatigue first, not my grip. So I'm going to sit down into position. Now, typically when people are trying to move the most amount of weight, they're going to pull where the handle to the chest feels like it's a straight line. So they're pulling the handle into their chest. This is actually going to target a lot of mid-back along with the lat. If we want to target specifically the lat in the lower portion, we want to pull low. So instead of pulling in a straight line towards my chest, I actually want to try to pull under that line. So you can see is I'm actually pulling down towards the floor more than I'm pulling towards my chest. This is going to help me engage my lat and reduce the involvement of the mid-back. So I want to pull under the straight line of force. So again, I'm not pulling straight to my chest in this pathway. I want to pull under that line and really try to get my lower lat to engage. And then once I have it engaged here, I want to make sure when I'm stretching on the eccentric, I can still feel my lat holding the weight. And then I'm going to squeeze the lat. So release. But I don't want to relax. I don't want to lose that tension. So once I pull under the line and I get the lower lat to engage, I want to keep the lower lat engaged throughout the entire set. Okay, so if you make that adjustment, if you pull under the line of force, that's going to help you better engage your lower lats.